Hello. Hello. Oh, one thumbs up. That's very nice. If you just checked in and you're just arriving, please let me know you're there so I know you can hear me okay. I'm trying to get my camera to focus. Not focusing right, trying to get the camera to do right. Of course, it never wants to do correctly. So, if you can hear me, I appreciate it if you'd say hello. So welcome to Chile Expat Family. I am Jim Dorchak. Nice to have you here today. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry about my poor camera quality. Doesn't want to focus. Focus. Maybe if I change something, it'll focus, but it's not. So I'm gonna have to go with what it is. So, as I said earlier, I'm Jim Dorchak. I am Chile Expat Family. I live here in Chile, and I run a group of people that are interested in moving to Chile. Let me see if I can move this camera, make it a little bit better. Yeah. Not better, is it? It's worse. Wow, it's really bad. Super duper bad. So welcome to Chile Expat Family. If you can hear me, please let me know so I know that the microphone is working correctly. Please ask questions. That's why I'm here. I'm going to still mess with this camera a little. Hope I can get it somewhat better. Looks a little better there. Not a whole lot. I just have a really cheap camera and it doesn't do so well. And I find it quite annoying. But anyhow, usually I have one or two people on board by now, but I don't. So welcome to Chile Expat Family. I am Jim Dorchak. Welcome to Chile Expat Family. I am Jim Dorchak. Welcome to Chile Expat Family. Wow, it's freaking me out. Okay. I me go back here. Trying to get this squared away. Technical difficulties, let's call it that. Hey, David Pugh, how's it going? Can you hear me okay, David? Yeah, it's beautiful here right now. Um, Although we had some freaky weather come through, there's some front that came through from the Pacific and it brought in really high winds. And to the north of us, our friends, oh, that's really odd to get snow this time of the year. It would be like getting, let me see if I can fix this a little bit here. Always trying to improve. That would be like getting snow in May. Just really doesn't happen too often. And not a little bit of snow. They got, 2 or 3 inches of snow up there, about 2 hours north of us. So that was interesting. We've had really high rains today and a lot of rain. And over the past 3 or 4 days, we've had a lot of rain too. How are you doing, David? 2 people there. Get 2 people in. So David, and as I said earlier, if you're here and you're watching, please comment and say who you are. David, you got any questions for me? See if I can give you guys a little bit of an update, but what's been going on. I haven't put out any videos recently. I got really bad allergies right now too, so because it's our springtime, early summer. Right now, I have 3 families from the United States here. 80 degrees, Central Virginia. Oh, that's a nice day. Yeah, probably the leaves changing up there. Right now, I have 3 families here from United States. And one of those families is intensively, for lack of a better term, looking at real estate and to purchase a property. And so I've just been as busy as a squirrel putting away nuts for the wintertime, showing properties to this family that's here. And they're looking at, let's say 80 acres approximately. I think most North Americans think in acres and not in hectares. There's 2.47 hectares per an acre. So, but we'll stick with acres. It makes it easier. So, how are the livestock doing, you're asking? We ate a pig or 2. We're getting 60 broiler chicks tomorrow. And we're getting 2 what are called terneros, which are bull calves for the freezer to raise, to put in the freezer. And we're getting them tomorrow. We'll be bottle feeding them for about 2 months, 3 months. And let's see, the sheep are doing good. We've had 2 babies, baby sheep. Those are doing good. Our cows are unfortunately becoming a pain in the neck getting out of my fence right now. They get, if a cow wants to get out, they'll get out, and they're not satisfied with the silage I'm feeding them. So it's a little bit of annoying. So, but, and I haven't had the time because I've been on the road so much. Some of the days that we've been looking at, we leave at 9 in the morning. We don't get really home until 9 at night. So that's really long days. And so, for example, if you want to go look at a piece of property, Chile's a big country. It's really long. So it takes us about, we went to look at one property, was 3.5 hour drive away from us. So that's 3.5 hours just to get there. And then an hour there, maybe an hour and a half, just wandering around the property and looking at the creeks and all that stuff. So that is how it's been going. Is inflation bad in Chile? For some things it is, and for some things it isn't. I want to say right now that the real estate market's crashing, if that makes any sense. It is a buyer's market, although the sellers don't like to admit that. What is inflated right now? Potatoes are inflated. Gasoline is inflated. Potatoes. Why do I say potatoes? I could get a 35 kilo sack of potatoes. I don't know what that is in pounds. I could buy a sack of potatoes a year, let's say 2 years ago, for 4,000 pesos, 5,000 pesos, about $7. Now they're $48 for the same sack of potatoes. Well, today's sack of potatoes. And there's some other factors that are involved there, but the potato right now is the biggest thing. Um, so that's kind of really kept us out of potatoes, for lack of a better term. Not eating fries a whole lot. Let's see what else has gone up. Um, I excuse me. I try to mitigate our exposure to inflation as best we can. And how do I do that? I do a lot of horse trading, for a lack of a better term. So that's one way, and I grow a lot of stuff that I would be buying otherwise myself, and that's the other way. Um, there are some things that we bought recently that have gone up significantly. One of them was or is well, the potatoes, and then the other one is we bought peanuts, and we buy peanuts by the kilo, little kilo sack of potatoes. And Thomas has been uh, grinding peanuts and making peanut butter, and he sells peanut butter. And right now, peanuts have gone up $1 a kilo from what they were a month ago, which is interesting. Most of the things that we buy here in Chile, uh, they're grown here in Chile as far as foodstuffs go, and that's really what I think about when I think about inflation. Although other things like construction materials are very important as well. Um, so an exception to that in our case is peanuts. The peanuts are actually that we buy are actually grown in Argentina, and they're imported, so they're a little bit more expensive. Um, but other things like flour, for like bread flour, is grown within 30 minutes of where I'm sitting right now, and it's actually milled within 30 minutes of where I'm sitting right now. Maybe 48 minutes, 50 minutes. So in this area, there's a lot of flour, a lot of wheat that's grown. The cost of gas is $5 or $6 a gallon, is what it would convert. You got to convert it from liters to gallons and from pesos to dollars. And I haven't done it in a while, but Lori's doing it all the time because people ask that question. And because of that, it's $5 or $6 a gallon. By the way, Lori is just now editing the third edition of the Ultimate Guide to Immigrating to Chile, and she's trying to get that up on her website, which is ChileExpatFamily.com. I haven't been there in a while. We had somebody; she had real technical problems with it because Lori's not a technophile, and because of that caused issues. Man, I'm really displeased with this camera. I wish I could get it to fungus focused right, and it won't focus my hand when it's right here, but it won't focus me here. It's kind of weird. Looks like I'm drunk almost from a distance, but it is what it is. So she's always putting things like the cost of gas up there. For instance, speaking of Lori and the book that she's in her third edition of, and that also includes a lot of updates as far as goes as the new immigration stuff that they're doing in Chile and the changes to that. And there's a lot of things that have happened since 2019 in relation to immigration here in Chile and how that's changed. It's gotten so much that we no longer rely on doing it ourselves. We strongly recommend that anybody that's moving here have an attorney do their immigration. And the reason is that it's just become very complicated to be able to do it. Three people on the live chat with me now. If you just came in, say hello. I really appreciate it, and ask any questions that you have. Right now, it is late springs going into summer here. Well, it's about spring. It's really rainy outside. I have to cover this window over because the sunlight's just too bright for the camera, and the camera is a piece of junk to begin with. So, um, but the weather here right now is rainy today. As I said a few minutes ago, it snowed about 3 hours north of us, closer to the equator, a warmer place, which makes no sense at all, but that's what it is. Um, we need the rain really bad right now. We haven't had rain in 2 weeks, which is a long time for here. Our ground is very porous. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. Um, so our summers basically consist of weather in the mid 70s to low 80s the most. And in the evenings on those same days, it'll be in the 40s and 50s. And we've actually had a frost here this past week twice. And so that's unusual to say the least. See if I can. Oh, really miserable that camera. I just hate that. Can you guys see me okay? Do I look like I'm in a cloud, or because I feel like I'm in a cloud? But anyhow, so that's what the weather is here right now. Uh, our weather, specifically where my house is located, is moderated very strongly by the Humboldt Current, which keeps it from getting hot or really cold. So we don't really get extremely hot temperatures or extremely cold temperatures, even in the wintertime. Our temperatures in the wintertime are usually 32 degrees or higher. So we might get a frost about 8 or 9 times, 10, 12 times the wintertime. And in the day during the wintertime, usually it's raining. And on those days, it is going to be in the 40s. Yeah, mid 30s to 40s. Hello, Mr. Colo 91. Nice to see you. No, you're no worries. Not late. People be coming and people going. So, yeah. So, yeah, there. I'll try doing that. Thank you. So, what was the question again? So the weather here is that's what it's like right now. We'll get warmer and drier as the summer goes on. We actually get to like some good. Uh, Nothing's helping. Nothing is helping that stupid camera. Yeah. So we get. Let me see if I put this up. In the summertime, it really never gets hot here. What does that mean? We get mid 80s. Turgut Yilmaz. Hi. I hope I said your name right. I probably didn't. Turgut Yilmaz. Okay. Hello. Hello from Chile. Thank you for being here. So what you will find is that we don't need an air conditioning. We don't need cooling. We need heating in the summer. Even we even burn firewood in our wood stove in the summertime here in Chile, and that makes it okay for us. And we recently had some guests here from the U.S. 2 days ago, visitors for lunch in the afternoon or tea. They came by, and in the United States of America, for some of you may not know, that's where I'm from, South Carolina. In the United States of America, it's very common to have electric stove or range or gas, and the heat in your house would be electric or gas. And here we use wood, which means we kind of like cavemen. And I had to explain to these gentlemen that were here that we're not heathens, that um, we just like to use firewood because of the economy of it. So let me see if I can move this camera a little closer and if it'll improve it. It might be a little better. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be focusing on me correctly. Not that I'm beautiful or anything to look at. So why do I use firewood? I was getting back to that. And the reason I use firewood is because it's really economic and it's readily available. So that's what you'll see. So does anybody have any questions that's here? We got 7 people online right now watching the live stream. I appreciate you coming to this Chile expat family. You burn wood. Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember. You're in Virginia, is what you were saying, right? Yes. So that makes sense. And it's really economic here to burn wood. So we do. That's one of the major chores that Thomas and I are always involved with is burning firewood. So I haven't put any videos out recently, and that's kind of a multifaceted reason why. I don't make any money on YouTube, first of all, so it's kind of a lost leader for me. I don't really put videos up there particularly to make money, but I don't like being taken advantage of by YouTube either, which they do regularly. So, uh, you said the real estate market. What's the rest of the comment? You said the real estate market. Um, so why have I not put videos up? Well, I've been working with buyers so much recently that I've just been too busy. And some of you may know or may not know, but yes, the real estate market has dropped here in Chile. It's crashing right now. The values are going down. And what you're seeing is sellers slowly start to come off their exorbitantly high prices. So in relation to that, what I've been doing is I have a chat group in Telegram, and I can't really show you on this screen. Let me see. Can I share screen? Let me try sharing that screen. Hold on. Yeah. No. Wish live streaming and the entire screen. Okay, so this right here is my ChileExpatFamily Chat group. Yeah. And there are right now 79 members in that chat group. So, whoop, didn't like that. Messed that one up. It's going to affinity. Let me go back here and kill that. Sorry about that. Well, that was freaky weird, wasn't it? Harbingyeb. Yeah. How much is the farmland cost near you on average price per hectare? That's a very loaded question. Good question, though. I've shown 14 properties in the past 10 days. Let's say that. As far as 3.5 hours north from me and 2.5 hours, 3 hours south of me. So let's say 3.5 hour circle around me. I've been showing real estate, and we're talking 100 acres or less is what I've been doing. Okay. Here's some ads that are running. Sorry about that. Yeah, the ads are running. Sorry about that. As soon as this ad's over, I'll continue. I don't have control on that. YouTube does. What does that mean? That's why YouTube kind of abuses me and abuses you guys too. And I don't like that. I guess I have to pay my bill, but I don't know. Can you guys hear me right now? Probably not because of the stupid ad. So it's almost 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. 1 second. So YouTube runs these ads automatically, and I really don't have a control on it. I can block it, but if I do that, then it does a bunch of other crazy things. So sorry about the ads. So how much is farmland near me per in my area, and it's per hectare. A hectare has 2.47 acres for those of you who think in acres. All right. And I'm showing real estate right now about 44 hectares. The abbreviation for hectares is HA, all the way down to 18 hectares. Okay. And what I'm seeing is in the smaller piece of property you have, the higher it is per a unit, per acre, per hectare, whatever the unit is you choose. Right now, I'm seeing real estate here per hectare sell anywhere from 8,500,000 pesos, let's say $9,000 an acre or a hectare, sorry, all the way up to $25,000 a hectare. What does that mean? So if you took I don't have my calculator in front of me, but somebody can do the math. If you took 25,000 and divided by 2.47, what does that come out to be? So it's like 12 grand a hectare. And those are properties with really killer views that are on a lake or a big river or whatever. So it's still pretty high in some things. What you will find is that they are selling a lot of residential lots around me. A residential lot is approximately 1.02 acres. It's a half a hectare. They call it 5,000 square meters. And those properties are selling anywhere, just a lot now, okay, are selling for 45,000 is the average up and really nice lots on a big lake would be up to $90,000. Let's say dollars, not acre, not pesos. There are some really ratty lots that I wouldn't sell my dog that are selling for I want to say 5 million to 9 million a hectare. Okay. I'm sorry, a lot. That would be 5 to 9 million for for 1 acre, give or take. And right now, the peso is very close to the dollar. Earlier this week, it was 940, and right now it's down to like 908, 909. I think it's going to go back up. We are almost an even a dollar for 1,000 pesos in that range, and there was not much conversion you needed to do in your head. But I'm very aware of this all the time since I have so many clients here that are buying real estate right now, and they're bringing money into Chile. So I want to let you guys know about. I don't get paid by these people. Actually, they kind of annoy me in some regards, but there is David. What is the average wage in your area? That's a loaded question, David. Too. I don't know. All loaded questions. It seems. Average minimum wage in Chile is 500,000 pesos, 550 a month. So you could say $570 a month is minimum wage. Not very much money. Yep. So it's a different economy here too. Yeah. Um, let's see here. One second. I want to let you guys know about bringing money into Chile. There's a program or there's a service you can use, and it's called Wise. Let me get my phone here real quick. Wise basically is a conversion program or a money exchanger, for lack of a better term. Uh, and they help you get your dollars into the United States. I'm going to explain more here in just a second. I'm trying to load it up while I'm talking to you. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm liking Wise right now because Wise uh, lets me choose the conversion rate. Okay. So let's say I see that the conversion rate is going to be high or low, and I want somebody to hold on a second. I want to choose what when I take advantage of the conversion rate. I'll give you my best example. Uh, when when I use my bank account in the United States, which is USAA, for instance, I uh, when I use my bank account USAA, they get the opportunity to choose what the conversion rate is, and they say they use the midday rate. It's never been that. They use the rate that they really want to do. Okay, so hold on one second, and I'm going to show you. They'll send you a link. There we go. Sorry about that. There's the link for Wise. I'm going to put it in the chat if you're interested. I like them because it's really cool. I'll explain. You can go look online, and they have lots of YouTube channels. But if you're thinking about moving anywhere in the world other than the United States, you really want something like. Really, the best way to get your money here is with a Charles Schwab account, who I really dislike, but they do a really good job. David asks, I was trying to quantify the cost of those real estate lots there's a cost of living in Chile. It's not it's not tit for tat, and the reason it isn't is that during the COVID, that there was 450,000 people that left Santiago, Chile. Now, Santiago is about 12 hours north of me. It's about as far north of me here in Chile as New York City was for me to when I lived in South Carolina. So it's really far away from me. It's a different country, in my opinion, a different world. Okay, so what does that mean? Those people, there was a mass exodus from Santiago. At the same time during COVID, they had uh, they had the lockdowns, just like in the U.S. The borders were closed here, but they had some stimulation going on with the economy. And what they did was, is they let Chileans take money out of their Social Security. They don't call it Social Security, but out of their Social Security, and use that money to pay their bills or invest or whatever. It's really kind of, they're stealing from themselves. It wasn't really smart politics, in my opinion. A lot of those people took that money and they squandered it, and a lot of the people I mean, they wasted. They go, buy food, or I don't know, buy toys or whatever. Um, but a lot of people from Santiago, 450,000 of them bought land down near Puerto Varas, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours south of me. So what you saw is everybody and then their brother were selling real estate lots here in the south of Chile, and they took these beautiful farms and they were turning them into residential developments. And because of that, the lots were not following. It was not a true market adjustment. I guess the supply and demand, it was in there somewhere, but it they had free money. So because of that, it was. Uh, because they had the free money, they were willing to pay anything. They were wasting their money on these lots. So now those lot prices are crashing because you're seeing these sellers that have these lots. They've been sitting there and they're wanting to move them, and they're dropping their lot prices because there's just only so many buyers, and the government's not giving away free money again. So there you have it. There's some things that really got inflated over that period. One of them was automobiles. Used cars, for instance, here in Chile became very hard to find. Even a new car, you couldn't find them. So people were selling new used cars that were a year or two old for the same price that new cars were selling for. Should have sold my car, but I didn't. Um, um, and typically cars keep their value in Chile for a long time as well. So, anyways, this whole WISE thing, if anybody has any questions about that, I'll be happy to expound. I got 6 people on the live stream right now and 6 thumbs up, and I thank you very kindly. Um, uh, so, I want to tell everybody about the program that I have to help people who are interested in moving to Chile, since most of you are here for that very purpose right now, or you're interested in learning about Chile. So, when I first moved here in 2013, 10 years ago, over 10 years ago now, Lori, Samuel, Andrew, Thomas, and I came here, and we didn't have anybody to help us move to Chile. We didn't have any services. We didn't know what the cost of things should be. We didn't know what our money was worth. Looked like it looked like monopoly money to us to a large degree. So we had to figure all these things out. Where do you buy things? How much should I expect to pay for this or that? And without being charged the gringo price. So uh, all these things add up. What about doctors? What about healthcare? What about insurance? What about buying cars? All that stuff adds up to uh, Lori Thomas and Samuel and Andrew and I. We had to learn it through trial and error, and asking people, and networking and setting up that network. And as you guys know, because you've watched my channel, I started to do these videos where I explain these things. Well, now I have people that are calling me and asking me and texting me, and it's a lot of time. So what I did was I set up a group to help people move here and answer all these questions for you. And right now I tried to show you, but it kind of crashed. The live stream didn't like it. I have a Telegram group that's private. People pay to be in that group. It's $100 to join. There's some rules. There's an interview. There's no profanity. There's no proselytization. And it's about topics on Chile. And there's no anonymous people in the group. So that group is designed to help answer all your questions about Chile if you have the desire to move here, or you have some interest in visiting here. Are you interested in coming down here for a visit and just doing a tour, and you want to know about things and renting cars and all that? We're going to answer all those questions for you so you don't get taken advantage of. Where do you do this? It's really difficult. Little funny things, weird things that'll save you a couple $100, which is nice. An example is there's two brothers here, really good guys, and they were in Santiago, and they were actually there last weekend, the same time I was there. Their airplane landed at the Santiago airport the same time that Lori, Thomas, and I were leaving Santiago. We flew up last Saturday, and we went to church there. We're very lucky to go to a beautiful church in Los Dominicos, who invited us to come stay there in their they have like a dormitory, and we stayed there, a guest house. And then we went on Monday for an appointment to the useless embassy, the U.S. embassy, to get our passports renewed. Okay, these two gentlemen are here in Chile, and they were taking cabs in Santiago, and they got taken advantage of twice. They paid $50 basically to go a 5-minute cab trip. It was real ripoff. And I'm going to tell you how you can avoid that. And I'm not a city guy either. If you go to Santiago, and if you come into Chile, you will go to Santiago. You get your phone out, and you know what address you want to go to, or type in the U.S. Embassy, type in whatever hotel you're staying at, find the address, and go from the location where you are on Google Maps. It'll give you the amount of time that it takes to get there, and you can get a cab, okay? And it'll say, okay, it's going to take me 7 minutes to get there, and it'll actually show you the route, okay? And you say oh, thank you. Hey, Raul, how's it going, man? Yep, coming down March. Thank you. You shouldn't have gave $10 to me though, because that goes to YouTube. I'll never see it, but I love you. I mean it. Okay, so you got your phone, and you take it to the cab driver, and you say, "Take me here," and he's going to look at that address, and he's going to see the little ziggy zaggy thing, the map, and he's going to know that if he turns the wrong way, that he just screwed you. That's one way you can do it. The other way you can do it is use Uber. We used Uber, Lori, Thomas, and I, when we were there. I've never used Uber before. And you can say, I want to go from my hotel. I want to go from my hotel to the U.S. Embassy, and it takes 8 minutes, and it'll cost you 7,000, 8,000 pesos. Yeah. You'll know that with Uber before you ever agree to it, okay? Those are your two options. Save you some money. So little things like that. Where do I want to see a dentist while I'm here. Okay. Well, in our Telegram group, we have a dentist, and we can set an appointment up with you to have that before you ever got here. We have an attorney who is going to help you with all your immigration. He does all your real estate closings. He does all your, you want to open a business in Chile, he's going to help you do all that. I don't get any kickbacks or any referral fees from any of the people that are service providers in my group, and they all speak really good English. So I have an attorney, a dentist, a doctor, another doctor, a mechanic, an electrical guy. We have 1 or 2 builders, if I remember right, and I sell real estate, and 2 other people in our group sell real estate. And so all those people are in that group to answer your questions and help you figure out the lay of the land. Also in the group are a couple of families, like 3 or 4 families, I think 3, right? Maybe 2 or 3 are already here in Chile, and they'll answer your questions too. So you're not just getting my my opinion about Chile or being here in Chile or life in Chile or whatever. Um, so with that in mind, I have been seeing all types of real estate for the past 2 weeks, and I'm putting all those properties up in my group. So everybody in my group can see how much a piece of land costs, and I shoot a video and I put a pin drop there so they know where I'm at, and they can say, "Oh, I want to be there. I like that land," or at least they can figure out what the lay of the land is. What is the market for real estate in Chile? It's different. It's always about location, 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 and it is here too in Chile. Okay, so you got to be able to compare your apples and oranges. And I'm an appraiser, and I was in the U.S. for 25 years, so as well as a real estate broker there and developer. So for me, these things are right up my sleeve. That's stuff I do all day long. So it just made sense for me to do that. I no longer put real estate for sale or real estate that I've looked at with my buyers on YouTube. Why? Well, I don't do that because my group members, they pay to see that, and I treat them like the cat's meow. They are the tops. Those people are really good to me. Raul is in there, and I want them to know and get the bestest. Okay, I don't get paid for doing these videos like this live stream we're doing right now, for instance. But I still want to make it available to all you guys and let you guys know about it if you have interest. We have probably 5 times run into people that didn't know about my group or did know and didn't join my group before they got here, and they really regretted it because after they got here, they contacted me and wanted to join the group, and I let them in, and that's all well and fine, but they ended up having a lot of headaches in the process that they could have avoided. There's a couple here in Chile right now, really sweet people, and they were in Ecuador, and there was no group for them to be a member of in Ecuador, I guess. I don't know. They lasted there for 3 months before they realized Ecuador has a lot of gringo-centered crime. Okay. And we don't have that here. It really doesn't. It just doesn't. So just need 2 acres in Cabuco. Yeah, I can get you that. We can get you that. No problem. We were just down there in the group. Raul, have you been looking at the properties I've been putting up, showing to the other members that are here right now in the group? If you did, you should be seeing those. There's some of those that were a little bit bigger than that, but they are nice properties nonetheless. And I have about 3 to 6, I can never remember, families that are coming here between now, January or March. Okay. If you have questions, please put them in the box there and ask away, and I'll be happy to answer your question as best I can. I appreciate the thumbs upage there. We got 7 people right now on the live stream. Thank you. 43 minutes in. I am Jim Dorchak. I live here in Chile. I've been here for 10 years with my family, my wife, my son. Our last son out of 6 children is the last one we have in the house. The other ones are all adults. And we have a homestead here in Chile. A lot of the people that I'm showing real estate specifically today, this week, coming week, and the past couple of weeks, are also looking for homesteads. So when I'm going out there and looking at a piece of property with them, I'm giving them my perspective and my opinion on the property. That's what I get the big bucks for, as well. I like to joke about. So they understand exactly what I think about it and what my opinion is. And I don't know everything, but I'm a good shot at it since I've been here a while. Just afraid I'll finally get there when I'm too old. Yeah. Kids of 15, 13, 11. Well, they'll make you older faster. Don't worry. You'll get real old with them kids. I found that out just the same way. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing you. I hope you talked to Marcel. He was down here as well with his 2 kids and had a wonderful time. We've had quite a few people come visit us in the past 4 years, probably about 100 people have stopped by and seen us for tea or stayed with us as long as 2 months. We rent our cabana. Lori does. She's in charge of that, which is a one-room house, separate house with its own bathroom and heating and power and all that. We rent that. We rent that for a reduced rate to all of our members in our Telegram group. Yeah, there you go. So it's that's something that we used to rent to everybody, and now we don't. So try to look for jobs in the fisheries, not college educated. There's a guy here right now. He's in our group. No, he was in our group. I think he still is. He lives here with his wife. They're from British Columbia, and he works on equipment at the salmon farms. Electrical equipment like controllers and inverters, all that sort of thing, and he repairs those. And he's making a killing, and he doesn't even have a business here. He's taking money on the sly and doing quite well, as a matter of fact, and still working on getting his residency right now. So if you have any questions, put them in the group, please, in the comments. I love questions, and please comment who you are. Yeah, I do have a background in this field. Yeah, that would work. I'll put you together with Micah, and Micah will get you going. I got ads running again. Crazy ads. Roll. Can you guys hear me right now? So you can hear me. Okay. All right, cool. Wow, that's weird. They got the ads, but are you seeing the ads? Are you guys seeing an ad right now? Because it's saying it's playing an ad. I don't know if you're seeing the ad or not. I don't have any control on that. YouTube, not your friend. I also have a Rumble channel, by the way. I do not. I have the version of YouTube that skips ads. Well, there you go. That's cool. Okay, well, that's all the better. Okay, all right. I also have a Rumble channel, which is ChileExpatFamily as well. If you're interested, you can always go look over there. I dislike YouTube more and more. Oh yeah, you're in Maryland. Okay, and I think David Pugh's in Virginia, just over the hill from you. I made $100 from YouTube last year, and I probably put out 30 videos last year, just counting. And to me, it's kind of almost a lost leader. I'm to the point where I don't really like YouTube so much. So I do these videos for people to know about the services that I provide, basically, and to answer your questions as well, because I know there's a lot of people who have questions. It's tourist time here in Chile right now. Chile. Oh, let me give you a weird thing. You'll love this. So I told you we were looking at real estate for the past, let's say, 10 days, give or take, and the people I'm working with want to make an offer. So I made the offer, but we can't write a contract. Do you know why we can't write a contract? Because in Chile, only attorneys can write contracts, and that's all good and well. But the problem is, it doesn't matter who the attorney is. They're all on vacation right now. So there's no way you're going to get a contract written right now by an attorney, because it just came out about a steel roofing. Okay, well, buy a steel roof. The attorneys are all on vacation, and they will not answer their phone until the middle of next month. Isn't that freaky weird? Could you get away with that in the United States? No. But Chileans, in all fairness, I think that's pretty cool. I like that. When they're on vacation, they're on vacation. In the United States, you get on average 30 days a year vacation. Is that right? Am I right? Yeah. 30 days. Raul, are you getting 30 days a year? Mr. Cola 91, are you getting 30 days a year if you work for somebody? Just curious. The fact is here in Chile, they get all the national holidays, which is about 30 days, maybe more, 35 days, plus another 30 days on top of that. So the country shuts down over that 30 days. They don't work to work. They work to live. So you don't get 30 days. Yeah, I can't remember if you're self-employed or not. That's probably why. I was lucky if I got an afternoon off. Chile goes on vacation 50%. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's right. And you aren't going to get an attorney. You're not going to find a dentist. You will find a doctor because they're at the hospital. 120 hours per year. Whoa. Yeah. Well, the fact is that if you can get down here, then you can work a whole lot less and live a whole lot more because they're a whole lot lower tax burden. Okay. Let me go down that trail a little bit with you on the tax burden. Can you only use 40 hours at a time? Oh, I don't know. Up to 120 hours. I don't know. I don't know how they split it up, Raul, because I'm not employed with someone else. That's about 3 weeks, right? It's 30 days. 15 days PTO and holidays. Yeah, that's right. But you're gonna find it's good. There's so some people, let's say 3 weeks, all right, holiday. Well, some people start this week and some people start next week, 3 weeks. So there's a little overlappy in there too. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have my calculator in it. Guys, I got a secret for you, okay? But you can't tell anybody. I retired when I moved here and I was 50 years old. It's true. Yeah. And I live on $1,000 a month. How do I do that? Well, I've got 3 bills right now. I've got a phone bill. Well, we'll say 4 bills. An internet bill. Yeah. For Elon Musk. Yeah. Phone, internet. Yeah. And I have a health insurance bill, which is $36 a month, and it covers 100% coverage for my family. And once a year, I pay $100 for taxes on my car. Those are all the bills I have. You guys spend more on lunch every year than I live on. I used to spend double on lunch because I'm a little fat boy than I live on now. Easy per year. Yeah. Because I was on the road all the time. Yeah. You guys are spending a lot of money on taxes, permits, fees, insurance. I have no homeowners insurance. I have no life insurance. I have no car insurance. I have no E&O, errors and omissions insurance. I don't have liability insurance. You are required to have those things in the U.S. I don't have them. My life is in God's hands now. I put it up. I give up on it. All right. Can you grow anything you want in Chile if you have a little land? Yeah. If the climate will let you do it, yeah. Your hidden tax healthcare. Yeah, Raul, it's really bad. And Lori, Thomas, and I have used our healthcare quite strongly because I had the accident where I had the rebar fall on me and give me a brain bleed, and I had an ambulance take me to Osorno, an hour ambulance ride, and I spent a day or two or something in ICU there because I had a brain bleed. Yes, you can have chickens, no problem. I got 10 of them. And actually, I'm getting 60 chickens tomorrow, broiler chickens. And then Thomas, and that was free for my stay for the accident I had. Thomas had Thomas, and that was free for my stay for the accident I had. Thomas had emergency appendicitis about 4 years ago, the day after Christmas. The ambulance ride, 3 days in the hospital, emergency surgery was all free. It was covered under our $36 a month. I'll say again, that was $36 a month for 100% healthcare. Yeah, Jim, you're saying that, but it's got to be really bad healthcare. It's just bad. It's bad. No, it's not. It's the same. It's the same. They have a two-pronged healthcare system here. Two prongs. Private and government. All right. I fall under the level. It's based on your level of income, how much you pay for your healthcare insurance. I'm FANASA B, which says I pay $36 a month for my family. I can go to the private clinic hospital or I can go to the public hospital. FANASA. That's right, FANASA. There's A, B, C, D. Okay. I have B. It depends on your income. All right. I only make $1,000 a month. It's like 1,000,000 pesos, a little less. And for that reason, I fall under B. Okay. That covers 100%. But for instance, I wanted to have some old people tests done, like a colonoscopy, um, some x-rays and some blood work. I wanted to have an MRI done on my neck. I had 3 of them done. In the United States, 3 MRIs at my doctor's office in South Carolina was going to be $21,000. Ka-ching! It was $268, and I was at the hospital 45 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Who provides? The government provides me my health insurance. I have FANASA. I could go buy the private healthcare insurance, but it doesn't do anything for you if you can avoid it. Okay. You can only afford healthcare through insurance company is a yeah, that's right, Raul. That is a racket. Let's see. I'm paying about $685 a month, and then some procedures are not covered. I used to pay $1,800 a month for me, and I had a $15,000 deductible, and I couldn't afford to insure any of the rest of my wife and my kids because I was the breadwinner, and if I wasn't healthy, I wasn't working. And here I pay $36 a month. I like to tell people it's just as bad as healthcare in the US and just as good too. You have to fight for your healthcare wherever you are in the world, okay? Okay. I can think Obamacare a good portion of, yeah. Yes, that's why I want to leave among other things. Me too. Yeah, guys. I'm telling you what, if you took that money that you're spending every month and did away with that cost, it's more than Raul, you're spending $685 a month, right? That's almost more than half of what I live on every month. Okay. And you say, oh, yeah, well, okay. Well, I'm telling you, that's $685 of work every month that you're doing. Flat out. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Cole, you're already here. Do I know who you are? I don't recognize your username. Yeah. But anyways, so I really think that the healthcare in Chile is pretty decent. And I come from a healthcare family. My dad was a cardiologist. My brother's a doctor. My other sister's, anyways. And so my dad always taught me, fight for your healthcare. They're just like your plumber. We met in a. Oh yeah. Okay, I know who you are. All right, cool. Yeah. I'm still waiting for you to come see me. Okay, so tomorrow's bad. This week's you got to contact me and come see me because we're busy. I won't say your name. Don't worry about it. So I really like the healthcare here because of that, and because that's just an expense that I don't have to worry about. Chemotherapy, all that. Yes, you do have to wait in line, but you can jump to the front of the line if you just go to the private clinic and pay $100 for something that was going to kill you. Yeah, why not? So, okay, I got 8 people in the chat. I got 9 thumbs uppies. Thanks for that. We're exactly an hour in, and I appreciate it. Ask questions. Do you have questions for me and that I can answer? I don't know everything. Is there a discrimination against Protestants? No, nope, not no discrimination. I've got a secret, Omar. Most of my friends are Protestants, and I'm a traditional Latin Mass Roman Catholic. So, yeah. Hey, Douglas. So when you look at that, there's no discrimination. I don't think there is. I have really good friends that are Seventh Day Adventists, evangelicals, Mennonites, Jehovah's Witnesses. They're all I know all those people, and there's Catholics too. Most of the Catholics here that claim to be Catholic are barely Catholic, and that's a fault of the Catholic Church, plain and simple. I'm not real happy about how the Catholic Church runs things, but I really don't want to get that into this in this venue. It's not something I like to commiserate. Well, at some point, me too. I am building some storage shelves to organize my home. Yep, there you go. Omar, if you are out of Santiago, the people are very nice. I agree with that. It's like it's like any other city. If you're out of the city, people are nice. Um, it's pretty nice. There's, and the thing is that in the cities, there's uh, there's a lot of there's a lot more crime there. Okay, so stay away from the city. There's no good reason to be in the city. If you're a city dweller, in South Carolina, we used to have a saying that said, "Bless your little heart," because for me, I'm not a city boy, and I will never, ever, ever understand why someone likes the city. I don't, and I just got back from Santiago for 3 days, and I felt like I was a sheep the whole time. Bah, yeah, bah. So anyhow, and yeah, I don't want to say it on live stream or YouTube, but Santiago wasn't that bad, but I didn't like it. Okay, my wife made me go to the mall in Santiago. Why don't you just shove bamboo shoots under my fingernails? So yeah. All right. Um, Anybody have any other questions about Chile that they want to ask? Construction, weather, uh, food, buying cars, building houses, uh, traveling, rentals. I don't know anything that comes to mind. Anyone? Bueller. Thank you for the 11 thumbs up as well, by the way. Yeah, complicated. Yeah, that's right. More complicated, like any other city. It is very, very complicated. Although if you've come to Chile, you will land in Santiago. Unless you're driving, there's no way to get here on an airplane. They had started to open Porto Montt Airport in the south of us um, as an international airport before COVID, and they've got it set up for that, but they haven't pushed it through. Do you need a license? Need to license a fishing boat? I think you do. I think I don't. You're supposed to have a fishing license. A little boat. I don't think they're going to say anything to you, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't push it. Um, so fishing license. I want to get a fishing license. Okay, so I went to and I asked the fishing license people, "Hey, can I have a fishing license? We're out of how much that cost?" "Oh, don't worry, we don't have any right now." "When can you have them?" "Oh, come back in a month." "Okay, I went back. You have a fishing license?" "No, no, no." So I went to some friends of mine that are Mennonites in Puerto Octa. I said, and I know they would never break the law intentionally. I said, "Do you guys have fishing license?" "We keep trying and we give up and we're not going to do it anymore." Okay. So I guess, Omar, you do need a license for a boat. Yeah. So I want to be an unwanted worker invader if I get a job. Will I be an unwanted? No, you won't. Matter of fact, I got a friend that says that a friend, Joshua Martinez. Joshua will tell you right out that Chileans will hire a gringo to do the work before they'll hire a Chilean to do it, and they'll pay you under the table. They don't even care because they just know the quality and the work ethic that you have. So we spoke about that earlier last year. It was only Venezuelans that are unwanted. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. They're bent down on Venezuelans right now, and Colombians as well, and Haitians. Let me go through each of those. They're bent against Haitians, uh, not because they care what color their skin is, but because they stole all their jobs, and the government here in Chile is paying them welfare. They get 150,000 pesos a month, which is like 108. We know and have good friends that are Venezuelans here. Some of the Venezuelans brought with them bad luggage, and they had like the drug cartels with them. Okay, it's lagging. I don't know if it is. I'm not lagging on this end, but it could be. So Venezuelans, they don't like him because now drugs have been greatly increased in Chile since the Venezuelans brought their drug cartel. And then there's a thing called that's out of Colombia, I believe, and that's really causing problems too. Maybe it's Nicaragua. Yeah. So any other questions about that? I don't see a lot of hold on. I don't see classism. You guys know what classism is? That's you're wealthy, you're middle class, you're lower class, whatever, and that really doesn't depend on the color of your skin or anything. It's just old Spanish at work, so to speak. I guess is right. Is the right way to think about it. So, can everybody hear me okay? Because I said, Mr. Cola 91. I know you said you get a little bit of lag, but I didn't know if the rest of you are hearing me okay. So, all right. Well, I think that was it's been a pretty good live stream. If any of you guys have any questions, drop them in there now, or I'm gonna probably call this a done deal, baked in the oven, so to speak. Yeah. I'll wait a second or two. Questions? Anybody coming down this way soon? If you are, I hope you're a member of my group. And if you aren't, I hope you come by and see me anyways, because I'd love to meet you. We host many people coming to Chile all the time, not just North Americans. We don't care. In our group, there's people from France, Germany, Stockholm, Norway, Canada, the United States, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia, I already said Canada, Panama, Mexico. So there's people all over the world that are a member of my Telegram. It's one-time fee, and that covers a family. So that'd be your husband and wife can be in there for that one fee. And then I ask people to make payments or make donations on their honor from there on. There's an interview in that process. You got to have the program called Telegram, which is free, and you can get me at Expat and Telegram is how you get me, and then we'll do a little interview. Some of you already know, obviously, and to the other real estate agents and the builders that are there, and to their network. One of our guys in our group right now is a builder. He used to build hotels and McMansions in Florida. So really knows his stuff, and he's got a really good network set up of subcontractors for him to go out now and build homes here, because he's finishing his home as we speak. And actually, he'll be at my house tomorrow. So we're going in together with them on some chicks. I don't mean like chicks on the beach. I mean broiler chicks. And if you've never done broiler chicks, it's really it's a little bit of work. It's not a whole lot of money savings if there is at all, but you know what your food is. And questions, now it's time to ask before I end the live stream. All right. Well, I'm going to call it a done muffin. I appreciate you coming by. Um, I appreciate you watching my videos and commenting. I love comments. And I look forward to seeing you here in Chile from Chile Expat Family in Chile. And thank you very much.